Yeah, I know. Who playing tonight? Cincinnati and the Jaguars.
That's what's playing tonight.
Yeah.
Did the Jaguars got any kind of shot of making it to the
I don't know. I think they're doing
yeah,
all right. I'll put it like that. I
ain't
think they're doing all
more
right.
attention. I don't know.
I think they're doing all right.
I paid more attention to college football than I ever have pro.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm always trying to follow the fashion no matter what. But
Okay.
and then if you make it hard something, makes you want to jump their ass sometimes. I'm like, let's just wait on parking lot.
Yeah. I'm more of a college fan myself, man. College fan.
Yeah, yeah. It's
NFL. I don't know. NFL to me is just I don't know. It is not the same or it's just not as interesting or exciting. I'll use those two words.
yeah.
That,
I feel you on that.
but as far as college, I can watch anybody, man. As far as college football,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if it's an exciting game, it's an exciting game. Sometimes them not power five school be, you know, more fun than the big name school.
hmm
Especially when
Well,
they
the thing
play.
is, you gotta watch them. You gotta watch them. Like, uh, I watched North Dakota State. Who else? Teams out west. Uh, Idaho.
Mhm.
Teams like that. You know.
I will say this: I have watched more of the Pac-12 this year than I have ever watched in my entire life. And it
Mm-hmm.
all started with Colorado, but then I started getting interested in the Caleb Williams hype and the Bo Nix hype. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
and because I'm like, if they do really, I mean, Oregon is Oregon. They've been Oregon. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So they kind of got to what we was talking about earlier today. It
Mm-hmm.
kind of got to the point where I'm sitting there looking at Bo Nix them play.
Mm-hmm.
How they done ran through everybody in the Pac-12. Well, pretty much everybody. Period. Even them non-conference games that they played, they was running over people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking at that going, why these dudes don't never really get, I think that I can remember. I think the Ducks only been in the championship game maybe once, over the last say 10, 15 years, maybe. I don't know if I'm right on that. I have to go check the stats on that, but I don't
Yeah.
remember them being like playing for the national championship more than maybe once in like at least 10 to 15 years.
Yeah. Okay.
And they was. I remember when I can't remember who it was that was there before. Another good quarterback. Was it Mariano? I don't know if Mario. It was It was either Mariota or Johnny Manziel. One of the two. I can't remember which one it was. One of them played for us. And they was fired in. I mean, they was beating the crap out, beating the brakes off folk then. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And I think that might have been the year that I remember them playing for a championship when one of those quarterbacks was there, whichever one was there. So
Uh, Now Johnny
I don't know.
Manziel came from Oklahoma. Um,
Oklahoma, okay, well with him then.
I don't
Definitely with
know
him.
about Marcus Mariota. I can't remember what school he came.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
think it was Oregon. I don't know. I got this phone right in my hand. I don't know why I'm speculating when I can just check. What college did Marcus Mariota play for? Yep, Oregon.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, he won high.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it was Marco Mariota.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyway, I want to say one of them years that he was quarterbacking was the only year that they actually went to the championship game. But
Okay.
like I said, I'll check my stats on that. I might be wrong, but the point I was trying to make is I'm looking at the Pac-12 teams that are like really deserving of at least trying to, having a shot to play in the championship game. You know what I'm saying? And not so, you know, for those of y'all that are listening, Jack and I got into a conversation about college football earlier today. And I'm trying to hold off because I know Illy coming, and I'm sure he gonna have a lot to say about Georgia. Georgia one of my favorite teams too, probably my favorite team.
Hmm.
But it is a diehard Georgia fan, as you are. You know what I'm saying? I think we all are pretty much, but um, I'm sure he gonna have a lot to say about them not being in the playoffs per se. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
And now I understand Nick Saban them did win the SEC championship. I ain't putting that, I'm not trying to take nothing away from them, but I just if you're gonna look at the strongest teams and that's how you determine how you gonna do that, then you got to put Georgia in the playoff. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can't really take them away. Who they lost to other than Alabama? You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
my personal opinions, are my personal opinions, but the ref beat them on a few of them games. A few of them, they beat them out of that game a little bit, just a little bit. I know they always say don't make it an issue.
Hmm.
You know,
Hmm.
make it overwhelmingly clear that you won, but at the same time, you can't play them and the ref. There you
Yeah, bro. I'm back. Sorry, but I don't know what happened, man. Maybe my signal. I don't know.
go.
I don't know.
It's all
Maybe my
good.
signal.
It's all good.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, but
But yeah, man. Um, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, I was just saying that I don't know if that's if that's the case, if that's how you
Hmm.
gonna judge it, I don't understand. I mean, how do you take Georgia out of that for losing that one game when even though they did win the SEC championship, like I said, I'm not trying to take nothing away from that,
Yeah.
but at the same time, how do you how do you take Georgia out of the playoffs at that point when you got other teams that are undefeated? Because my thing is, if you're gonna be fair about it, losing one game, okay, like I said earlier today, when in basketball you lose one game and you got 12, 16 other players that well, how many wherever they started at, but you got 16 other teams that are undefeated, then you ain't getting in. He in. You don't care if you rank number one, five, 10. It don't matter what you rank.
Hmm.
Start there.
Hmm.
Okay. Then if you want to do some type of a wild card situation, to maybe allow for two more teams or something. I mean, I don't know how you would work that out with the time constraint because I know they are school. They still students. You know what I'm saying? So, and I assume they don't want the college year, football year to be as long as the. I'm finna say as long as the pro year, but it almost is anyway. So by the time they
Hmm.
actually play for the championship, you know what I'm saying? So I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I'm just a bit confused at how this whole thing works, and I ain't been. I've been confused for a few years about how they determine who gets in the championship and the play. Like before they was choosing who to put in the championship, which I'm like, it's pretty clear, right?
Yeah.
The undefeated teams. So, but that wasn't necessarily true because you had a bunch of undefeated teams that they felt like didn't deserve to be in the playoffs. I remember a couple years back, they ain't let Ohio in one year. Basically saying that, oh well, They team ain't as strong. They're not the best team. But I
Mm.
don't know. It just seems like a crock of bull, and you can't count on it. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Well,
you can count on it. You know. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
mhm. No, I was just saying this committee of I don't know who, but I heard somebody say today the committee was pretty much made up of ACC people, the same conference that Florida State is in. So now if they get that Florida State, then I don't know, but you know, you didn't lose, and Georgia only lost by 3 points, and I don't know, man. I mean, I will say this again, like you said, I'm not taking nothing away from Alabama or Nick Saban. First of all, Georgia lost. I'm not making no excuses for Georgia. We lost. They lost.
Yeah.
But Nick
It is what it is.
Saban is considered one of the best in coaching. Alabama been considered one of the best in college football for years now. So, but Georgia is on the come up, and just maybe, knowing that Georgia has a chance to repeat, I don't know.
Now, it's tough to say that though, Jack. When it comes to now, I'm not like I said. I ain't taking nothing for Alabama. Yes, Alabama been in the winning way for years. But so has Georgia. You know what I'm saying? They didn't just start winning.
Yeah.
They winning way back when Vince Dooley was the coach. They was winning. Always have been that one of those top schools when it came to football. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
people but I hear a lot of people say that about Nick Saban. Oh, he one of the most winningest. It's one of the most winningest football program, and he one of the most winningest coaches. And all right, let's look at some data. Let's see if this actually true. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, and like I said, I don't want to take that away from him. The man is a good coach. I mean, he is what people. I won't say what coaches strive to be like, as the record and stuff go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the same time, is it him or the people that surround him? Like I heard somebody say recently about leadership. Are you a good leader because you know how to get stuff done, or you know how to delegate, or are you a strong leader because of the people that you lead? You got no sense to listen to.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So, but what makes a good leader? The people, or you? You know what I'm saying? I tend to think it's a little bit of both. I think some people got the talent for leading people, and delegating, because most leadership is about delegating. But in order to delegate, you got to know who you got up under you, and you know how to use them accordingly. So I know Illy got a theory about. I don't even know if it's a theory or if it's just fact that Nick Saban has a method of stacking 5-star recruits, one behind another. So if one go down, then the next one just pop in this place. Smartest thing I've heard. I mean, how smart is that? To be able to convince them to stay long enough that to get their shot, first of all, which that has changed with this transfer portal. Now, if you third in line and you're a freshman, okay, you might let it go. Hey, I'm third in line as a freshman. You know what I'm saying? So the two guys in front of me, eventually I'm gonna get at least a year. I'm almost guaranteed a year. You know what I'm saying? After these dudes leave.
Yeah.
To be in that first position. Then you might stay there and learn upon them. And, especially if they got that top notch program, it will behoove you to stay there and learn upon them. You know what I'm saying? So I can get that. But now that you got this transport this transport portal, got this portal. If you feel like I don't want to wait that long to shine, and I can go here and start the day, I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? So that
Yeah,
method of being able to stack uh top five recruits on top of top five recruits, you ain't gonna have four of them sitting in the hole. You might have two at best now. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't no guarantee no more because they might jump the league. You might end up with just that one player and that four star that you had never really planned on developing just yet. But now you gotta start developing 4 and 3 star recruits because them top five going somewhere they play today.
yeah. Well, I guess
Just
it depends on the individual what they want, out of now or future. Just like Justin Fields, he couldn't wait to play behind a couple of Georgia quarterbacks, he decided to
I
go
ain't
to
gonna
Ohio
do
State. But
what's the dude
but
name
look at
from
Carson Beck,
well
huh?
see now that's the thing though. Justin Field was gonna be like third string to two players that weren't good as he was. And it was proven. This ain't like nobody had never seen him play or none of this stuff. He was ready to rock and roll. You know what I'm saying? So either I'm gonna play third string or I'm gonna go I start tomorrow. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I
Yeah,
can't be mad with it.
yeah, it's
Say
up to
again,
that
I'm
player,
sorry.
man. I mean, no, I'm just saying it's up to that player, his family. But then again, you look at
Mhm.
Carson Beck with Georgia. He played behind Stetson Bennett. He waited his
Yeah, but
turn,
that was
and I
that
think
was
he did
Stetson
all right
Bennett though.
this year.
Oh, Carson Beck is better than Stetson Bennett to me, but that's just me. Man, don't get me wrong. I'm not dissing the waiting process. You
Mm.
gotta kind of be honest with yourself and know where you at too. You
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
think
yeah.
you can't think you started Mysterian if you ain't now. But
Mm, mm.
I can tell you just from watching some of that boy high school stuff, he was starting material. I mean, I understand that,
Oh,
make it, you come in and compete for the job and you outdoing my starting quarterback. Now you got a gripe when they don't start you. You know what I'm saying? Now I think that's
yeah,
what he saw writing on the wall. I'm not gonna get this job regardless of what I do. So Ohio State was
yeah.
like, you can come here. You know what I'm saying? We can work in our program now because they needed a quarterback. They needed a
Mm,
quarterback. So I'm not
yeah,
mad at that decision at all. Even though I really wanted him to play at Georgia, man.
yeah.
But
But
it
again,
was
with the committee not putting Georgia in, I'm upset about it. But ain't nothing I can do about it. But I'm upset, and I just don't understand how they. I mean, I understand Michigan won, Florida State won, so Michigan had to get in. Washington had to get in because they won. They won. They won the Pac-10. Oh, okay. So, but Alabama,
you breaking up on me, Jack. You broke up in the left. Hold on. All right, you
I'm
back?
sorry, I'm back. I'm back. But anyway, like I was saying, Alabama ranked at number 8. That's what I don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, they leapfrog on what 3 schools probably. So
Yeah.
that's what I don't understand.
I don't.
That's
I
what.
just now still for the life of me can't understand how Florida State didn't make it in the playoff. That now that throw me for a loop.
Mm.
Now I
I
heard some
mean,
nonsense after
yeah,
we talked earlier today. I heard some nonsense about it was because their quarterback got hurt or somebody got hurt.
yeah, they're still in quarterback.
Okay, so see, that's what I'm talking about.
So
They won. They
I guess they saying that with this quarterback they got now, I, to me they saying Florida State wouldn't be competitive enough. You see, I guess
but
they
that
want.
shouldn't matter.
I agree. I agree. I
Like I
agree.
said, I for the life of me just ain't never understood why it was like it was, and that whoever the people is that are putting these people, the committee is that are putting these teams in or out. It just don't ever seem fair. So
Yeah, it is.
I just feel like the only fair way to do it is to do it like you do college basketball. You know,
Mm-hmm.
put a limit on it somewhere. If you're in the top 12, let play down. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mm-hmm.
and then with that, maybe they wouldn't give out these rankings so easy. Or it might be the same
Right.
thing where they, you know, as if everybody undefeated. Oh, well, you can just start start from the last year. All right, who won the national
Mm-hmm.
championship last year? You know, let's just
UGA.
uh,
UGA.
so again. Right. So you start from Georgia down, Georgia, uh, Michigan, Ohio, whichever one of them it was, all the way down, and that's where your rankings go until somebody get knocked out of their position. You know what I'm saying? So then at the end of the year, the top 12 football team play down until you get a champion. That is simple. That makes
Yeah.
sense to me. Because then that gives people like, okay, for instance, like Gonzalo. How many years ago that was when Gonzalo was a Cinderella story? Most people hadn't even heard of that school before, and they came in and won the championship basketball. That year, and they were talking about this is a true Cinderella story. It was because they shouldn't have been there. That people always say they shouldn't have never made it that far. We'll never get that in college football
Yeah.
until they start doing it like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you might have a little team, like what was it? It was SFU, something like that. One of them like Sun Belt Conference. They D1. No, it wasn't even that. It was I can't think of the name of it. It was a team in Florida that whooped up on a couple of top Power 5 schools this year. But they wouldn't really. Then that I don't even really know how to put that because like Georgia Southern is a D1 school, and they play Power 5 schools sometime too, but it ain't often. So I don't know what conference they actually in, but how they'll play these smaller teams sometimes to get
Mm-hmm.
their record going and get the football game started. Well, whoever it was, and I can't remember what team it was in Florida that happened to this year. It was a smaller school. They played them like the first game of the year and got their ass towed up. And I'm trying to remember who it was that played. I want to say it was LSU. Got their ass towed up. And yeah, they didn't ever really could recover after that. But that team whooped somebody else's ass too. But I want to say it was Florida. University of Florida. I want to say it with them. The Gators that they beat up on. So I can't remember which team was. But I was saying to myself, now, damn, they should have been ranked. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that was either saying he finna get on there.
Okay.
But
I know Florida State. They played LSU and beat them early in the beginning of the season.
yeah, maybe
Then
it wasn't this year. Might have been last year.
Alabama
But I
played. I want to say UCF early this year in the beginning of the season and barely
well
beat them.
that might have been who it was, UCF.
I
And
think it was UCF. Alabama
somebody
barely beat them.
yeah,
And
somebody else played them and lost though. like bad. And I want to say it with LSU, but I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong, more likely, but
Mhm.
I just thought it was, you know, I just always figured that if your small team can beat up on one of these Power Five schools, then you deserve to be ranked higher than normal. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mhm. Mhm.
let's welcome Blue in. What up,
Okay.
bro?
What's going on? What's going on?
Nothing, man.
Mhm. What's up,
What's up,
man?
Jack? What's going
All
Hey,
on?
right, all
man.
right. I'm
But
good,
we
man. How
have
about
a
yourself?
Oh, good, brother, good.
guy.
All right.
Excuse me, man. I'm chewing peppermint and stuff. Still got a
Oh,
little
you
tickle in my
good?
nose. But boy,
You
you
good?
just jumped into well, I won't say a debate because we pretty much on the same page as far as this college football stuff and the rankings and who going to the playoff and all that kind of crap. I'm a little pissed
Yeah,
off with them. I'm a little well, I won't say pissed off. I'm just fed up with the way they doing it. You know, I just told Jack let go to a 12 team playoff at the end of the year and play down till you get a champion. If somebody win that shouldn't have won, then so be it.
right. Well, I think next year they supposed to go to an 18 playoff.
I don't know. I done heard so many
It's
different
gonna be 12.
variations of that. So
It's
what
gonna be
Jack?
12. It's gonna be 12.
12.
It's gonna
Mhm.
be 12.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but like I told Jack, is it gonna be the same though? Are they gonna put the 12 people in there they want to be in there, or are they gonna go by record? They gonna go by who beat who, where they rank at, or or how
Well,
they gonna do it?
they can't go by record because they went by record. Florida State should be in there and not Alabama.
That's what I see.
Yeah.
Only reason I give them props is because they did win. The championship. So
But the thing about it is how you go from 8 to the playoffs. Nick Saban.
that me and Jackie were just saying the same thing. The same thing. You shouldn't be able to jump from 8 to I'm in the playoff, but the number one team, what was yours? Number one and number two. It don't matter. Either
Number
one.
one.
Yeah. I can't jump past the number one team and get in the playoffs just because I beat them in our championship. In our division championship game. They ain't how it's supposed to work.
Well,
If the
back
fact you win
when
the NFC, they don't automatically get to go to the Super Bowl.
then
Well,
wait
I'm
a
sorry,
minute.
they
Then
conference.
Alabama, then the Alabama, what year was it that one of them beat the other one and then both of them was in the playoffs? Was that last year? No, it wasn't last year because they beat
When
Mm,
last
TCU.
year.
You
that was
remember the year
that
before
was
last,
Georgia's
Georgia
first
beat
championship.
Alabama in the championship.
Yeah. Right.
And in order for
Right.
who was it? In order for one of them to get in, they had to beat the other one. So then you had two SEC teams in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah, in the championship
And then they
game.
wind up playing each other for the national championship.
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't. I think basically they just didn't want another episode of that because if they put both of them in the playoffs, then guess what? Whoever they played against, they were gonna beat, and they were gonna wind up playing each other again.
Well, but at least I just okay. Your top 14. All right. Alabama won the SEC championship. But do that negate the top four people that was up? Did either one anybody besides Georgia lose in the top four?
But what's crazy about that is you drop Georgia right below Alabama, and then Alabama leapfrog everybody.
Right. That don't make no sense. That
Nick
don't make
Saban.
no sense. Well, of
Nick
course,
Saban.
of course it is.
Watch
So
it. When Nick
that's
Saban lead Alabama, watch how watch how things change in the football realm of Alabama.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. But I was telling Jack, man, they need to they really just need to do it like they do basketball. You know, start dwindling it down. You know, soon every conference play game, you start dwindling. You know what I'm saying? And if you lucky enough to jump past somebody and get in that top 12, then you get to play. So if a little
Well,
team that I mean,
go
you know,
ahead.
I understand the power ranking thing, but at the same time though, that just make you be in the they make the same people be in there anyway. If you going by that.
Well, what they trying to do, what they did, because if you think about it, okay, why not just stay with the best two teams in the country play for it? Well, what was happening was it always wound up being the SEC
Yeah.
or in the
Right.
ACC or something like that playing for the championship. So for the other schools, these other schools like your Ohio State, your Nebraska, your Notre Dame, in order for them to get in there, they had to open it up a little bit more.
Right.
I don't
I
think
get
I don't think Ohio State should get in there anyway because they don't even have a conference championship. It's just whoever got the best record. If that's the case, then that's how everybody should. It should be like that across the board.
that's what I'm saying though. And if you got 24, well, everybody ain't gonna be undefeated out of the top 24. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't gonna be undefeated. So all the ones that got a loss, they automatically boom. You know what I'm saying? Unless they in the top 12. If you got a loss and you still in the top 12, then you still get to play. I don't think it's fair to some of the people that like rank 9 and 10 that's undefeated, that you get somebody like Alabama who was barely winning games at the beginning of the year, and you know, then lost the game. Uh, who was number 8 at one point? Or it was Oregon. I don't know what Oregon ended up at, but you know what, they lost one game, and they should be somebody somewhere in the same scheme of things. They are a powerful football team. They should have been somewhere around where Alabama was 8, 9. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But and if you did a complete playoff, like you said, like this, if they going to a 12 game thing, cool. That means everybody get to compete. Everybody in the top 12 get to compete.
Well, I think when they're gonna do that, then they should just do away with the conference championship and just say, okay, whoever got the best record in that conference is the conference champion. That's what
There
Ohio
you
State
go.
do.
I'm with it. I'm with that.
But it's a
I
money
think
thing.
I believe
It's
it'll
all
shake.
about money.
Yeah, I know, but I believe it'll shake things up though. Damn, Jack done clicked off again. Jack having a problem with the internet, so he keep flipping in and out.
Yeah,
Cause
it took a minute for me to get in there. But yeah, I think they ought to just do like the conference Ohio State in. Whoever got the best record is the conference champion.
okay.
They the only ones that don't do it that way.
Now I know,
They the
right?
only ones. They the only ones don't have a conference championship game.
Who is that big team?
Who that?
I don't know.
Ohio.
State.
What?
Oh, they
Well,
in they just in the same division with Michigan. That was their problem this year.
Okay.
But yeah, I agree, man. If that's how they're gonna do it next year, cool. I'm down for that, man. Because I really want to see some of the other undefeated teams get a shot, at least get a shot. You know what I'm saying? At playing in the playoff, they get beat. You know what I'm saying? If y'all ain't strong as, y'all might, everybody might have the same 12-0 record. If y'all ain't as strong as the rest of them, then you just gonna get whooped.
But the whole deal though, SEC just built different. You could lose on any given Saturday to Vanderbilt. I mean, that's just how tough it is.
That's true now.
Right.
Well, if the SEC end up winning, hey, step up your program. Well, and the reason I say that, let me say this. my whole reason for saying all of that in the to begin with is because now you got that transfer portal. You got that portal now that can really even things up a little bit. So it might not be, one team got all the power now. You know what I'm saying? It might be across the board, kind of. I won't say even, but because it still come down to coaching sometimes. But everybody still got an opportunity to have talent on their team. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm gonna start, I really don't care what I'm playing at. I want to play for a win, but do I want to wait 3, 4 years and might have the red shirt so I can get a 5th year in to actually play, or am I going over here where I'm the next man up, or I might even be bad enough to start if I go out there and take a position. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So, because competitors want to compete. So if I get if I get a scholarship to come to your school and you tell me I'm number 3, guess what I'm gonna do the rest of the year? I'm trying to take the number 1 spot. I'm skipping past 2. I'm going hard every day trying to take that spot. You're gonna have to show me I'm 3. You know what I'm saying? So, but these cats that just want to walk in and play and ain't really prove themselves. They were talking about Commander McLean with Deion Sanders earlier today. And he was like, we're gonna see a bigger role for him next year. He said that completely up to Commander. It was really up to him. He said, when you tell me that this is something that you want to do for your family, that you want to go from, and you want me to give you every single tool that take to go pro. He's like, I'm gonna hold you to that. You know what I'm saying? So when I start getting on you about doing this, make sure start making this a habit, start making that a habit, and you think I'm on top of you? Yeah, I'm gonna be on top of you because you told me what you wanted, and I'm trying to help you get there. Right. So if you really don't want it, that's why he said Commander got to decide whether or not he really wants it. And I was like, they were like, man, he shouldn't have. I heard some dudes on there that morning talking about, man, he shouldn't have blasted them. He shouldn't keep blasting them out like that. Mm-hmm. Where he gonna go? Okay, he can leave and go play somewhere else, but is he gonna actually play? If you got a bad work habit, dude, ain't too many coaches gonna just let you just put you out there and see if you can do it.
Nah, it's funny that you mentioned that, but did any of y'all see that that clip where Louisville basketball coach was talking about one of his players and no tights? Well, one of the players didn't play in the first half. Well, he said that the guy wanted a certain type of tights, but they didn't have them, and they have never had the types that he wanted. Not that he didn't have any to wear, they didn't have the type that he wanted. So when they didn't have the type that he wanted, he said that he couldn't go in that game that day. So they started somebody else in his place, and it was like when the coach said that, like some of the reporters might have been like, "What? You mean tell me that was the reason why he didn't play to the second half?" He said that is the young guys of today. This is the mindset of the young players today. He didn't play because we didn't have the tights that he wanted. So he said he couldn't go. But after halftime, when we got ready to start the second half, he said he could go. And he played good.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, wow. But then, like, my son was like, "Dog, he had to put him out there like that." Okay, so what are you gonna do? Go on TV and lie?
I mean, for real.
What you want to do? Go on TV and lie, and then you got the coach line, then the player going out that line. At some point we got to start telling the truth. If you got kids on your team that play like they privileged, then okay. Why not put them on blast? If you got a bad attitude, why not put them on blast? Then guess what? If the world see how these kids really are, then maybe if the light gets shined on them a little bit more to show their faults, they might try to do a little better. If the light is shine on the coaches, if the light shine on the coaches and everybody else, why it can't be shine on the players?
Right.
But he said one time before, he said Commander don't like to study. You know what I'm saying? He don't like look at film. You know, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, I got stuff in place to let me know when you watching film, when you ain't. When you keeping up with what you're supposed to be doing, and then you get out there on the field and miss an assignment, and I pull you out the field, and everybody looking at me like you wrong for not playing this 5-star recruit. He's like, he ain't coming out there playing like he no 5-star recruit. And then he said, and then when you can't show up for meeting and the practice on time, you ain't finna play no way. So, like I said, once again, what do you do with it? It seems like at some point you'll realize and get your mind right. Okay, well, he ain't playing. If I'm gonna play for this coach, and I know what he's capable of doing, you know what I'm saying? I believe he got the connections to get me in the NFL if I don't get drafted. But is he gonna waste time with you when you don't study, you don't come to practice on time, you don't show up for meetings on time? Why would I stick my neck out for you? Why would I put my good reputation on the line to try to advance you forward when you won't do the basic things that you need to do to succeed in this position? So
you got a lot of kids that just rely on they're blessed to be athletic, and they relying on this athleticism to just take the place of everything.
And the thing is that sometimes, a lot of times, it seems like they being trying to find the right word. It's being upheld. That standard of them being able to come out just turn it on the field. A lot of the coaches are letting them just do that because they want to win. Well, if he can go out there and turn it on the field, I don't really care what he do. You know what I'm saying? So, but you got to know that, that might get you so far. It probably ain't gonna get you where you really want to go though. And if you can, then you are a freak of nature, sir. But I ain't never heard any, I don't even the best, like the top players in the world, I ain't never heard them say that they didn't study, they didn't, what I'm saying, oh, I just went out there and turned it on. I ain't never heard one of them say that. So I don't know, but that's a whole nother issue.
So enhance your craft. No, I'm saying they should athlete should want to enhance their craft by just, in other words, take responsibility. You at the school, you're gonna 4-year scholarship or what have you. Enhance your craft. Be responsible. Do what the coaches say. Come on. I mean, that should be simple. You're not above the team. It's a team. It's not I. You know what I mean?
But see, that all depends on what they came from too. If you came from a culture that, all they did was praise you, you ain't never have to work hard for it. You just went out there and did your thing, and everybody will like celebrating you. Then, when you go somewhere where you actually got to put some work in, that's foreign to you. You ain't gonna, you gotta adjust to that.
That South Carolina coach, when she said the players got they got NBA dreams, but they got backyard work ethics.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. Now that's a good analogy right there.
That says a lot right there. That says a lot.
But so in other words, they want to go to the league, but they don't want to put in the work.
Right.
Right.
I don't know. We can blame it on the culture in these, the younger generation, but I don't know. They can't do that without somebody amen in it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They, I hear a lot of people saying, the new generation and these kids doing this, that, and the other, or won't do this, that, and the other. That's because somebody is amen it. Somebody is telling them it's okay to do this. So when somebody they encounter somebody who ain't finna celebrate you just for being you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now it's a problem. Now they hate. They being old. He acting old. Man, whatever. Whatever. But anyway, we're gonna get off of that.